Right. Well, and again, to echo what I just said was, we don't get down. We relish the opportunity because we've been in it. Last year, we were 3-4 overtime games, 2-1 out of that, and then here's another compromise victory. So we feel like we're growing. We feel like we're learning how to handle adversity in a good way, because you're going to have adversity in football. You have adversity in life, but in football, sudden change is what we teach. I talk all the time, and I tell the guys, life is sudden change like a football game. Well, the definition for football may be, okay, the offense turned it over, defense go stop them. Or if the defense give up a field goal, offense now you got to go get a touchdown. So we talk about it, we practice it, we live it. So it's something they understand, they're getting it now, and it's right now it's working to our favor. So when we go, as the season go on and we get more tough games, we'll be able, we're just resilient. Being able to bounce back, have some adversity, understand what happened, what didn't happen, what can happen, what we need to do to improve within. So that's going to make us stronger, it's going to make us tougher. And then I've always said this, when you're in shape, it's hard to give up. Because I'm running them to crap, to death. And we're going to keep doing that. They think they're on the track team, but we're going to be in shape. And that's been a plus and a bonus for us the last 2 seasons.
Speaking of track, Chris McCorkle ran track. Does that help him as a football player?
I didn't see it Saturday because he got ran down, but he had a good 40 time. Call him like I see him. I've been on him. Listen, this kid's a walk-on, man. He came in, Coach McCoy coached him in high school, recommended the guy. He's come in, he's done everything we've asked. He's been awarded some scholarship dollars to help pay for his education. And he's paying off. Good kid, he's turned into a team leader for us. He plays all special teams as well as defense, so I gotta reduce some of that on him because he told me that's why he got tired. I'm overrunning him. But anyway, we're gonna run him anyway. But it's still, this is a really good ball player, man. We're lucky to have it. And he's part of that process where we said we wanted to win Winston-Salem back in terms of getting kids, local kids, because it's good football played in this state. It's good football played in this county. And we need to get some of these guys to help us turn this thing around.
Coach kind of talked, this with players, Coach kind of talked about the way you guys handle adversity. You just went through it, came out on the other side. Are you guys more comfortable as players in that situation now than maybe in previous years? Because in previous seasons, it doesn't seem like the team would have been able to handle it the way that you guys did. Do you guys feel much more comfortable being in those situations now and knowing that you can come in on the other side?
Absolutely. Coach Zach Kellum preaches all the time. I feel like pressure is a privilege. So when it comes to pressure in those type of times, we feel like we've been in these moments last year. Fayetteville, like you said, last year we've been in 3 overtime. So it's not nothing we're not accustomed to. So when it comes down to the moment, we don't break down, hold our heads down. We're just confident in those situations.
For you guys, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, same thing Kaleb just said. Even with me not playing too last year, it's just a different type of air now. I feel like team, like previous years, put our head down, people get quitting. Now it's kind of like we taking on a challenge. Like we want to not be down, but we want the challenge of trying to just prove ourselves.
Okay, for the offense, you guys, got in the second half, sustained a couple drives, and then when it was time for you guys to handle it on that last drive you did. Just talk about, for you guys, especially the wide receiver group, it seemed like a bounce back week and kind of what you guys did to get you there.
Really, all week in practice, Coach Zach Kellum, like I said, pressure is a privilege. All week, he focused on catching the ball, which we lacked in the first game, in my opinion. But we do this thing every practice called laces or spaces. Whenever you touch the ball, you either yell out laces or spaces, and that's something that we harped on all week. Even during the game, pregame, that's what we harped on in pregame. So I feel like that helped us out a lot.
Coach, were you happy to see the jump from the offense?
Yes. Well, again, the biggest for me, and I'm not speaking for all coaches, but for me, the biggest concern will always be, because of this transfer portal thing, is the gelling not so much as of the team, but your offensive line. So guys, if you never played offensive line, believe it or not, I used to play offensive line when I played Pop Warner ball years ago. The cohesiveness, the togetherness that group is required, because they have to be as one. It's like a team within a team. And when you can get that offensive line stepping in the right way, moving in the right way, communicating, you have a chance to be really good. I don't care. You look at all these air raid teams. At some point, you're going to have to run the ball. When you look at those teams that are running the ball consistently, those are generally teams that are really winning. People see the big plays and they forget about the fact that they in the game. You're punching people in the mouth, you're running the ball down their throat, and you're almost willing to quit. And that's what we're trying to get to. So to see them move in that direction, yes, we're pleased or we're happy about it. And we're gonna continue to work to improve, but we gotta get better.
You guys have done a lot of traveling the first couple of weeks, finally gonna be at home this Saturday against Lincoln. For the players, just the excitement level of finally being here, sleeping in your own beds and getting to play in front of your fan base the first time. And for Coach, what does Lincoln present? I know they're winless to start the year,
Yeah.
so a little bit of dangerous
Very dangerous.
football team.
Very dangerous.
Not to overlook. I know that's a multiple part question.
Well, I'll take
for
the first
everybody.
part and then go back to this. Well, 2 seasons ago they beat us. So we can't take anyone for granted. You know, it's that old adage, hey, respect all, fear none. That's what we'll do. We'll respect them, we're not gonna fear them. And they're coming to our den. So again, we're looking forward to playing at home in front of our fans. But at the end of the day, we have to prepare as though they were a Tuskegee, if they were a Mars Hill. We can't afford to have a letdown, especially after a win like that, because that was a momentum win for us, one we definitely needed. And I say this to the team all the time. This game here against Lincoln is the most important game of my coaching career and the most important game of their playing career. Why? Because it's the next game that you're scheduled to play. And if you take that mindset, that improves your chances of winning, because now you understand the importance of how important this game is. So our preparation will be, again, the expectation. The ball's now been here, we gotta keep pushing it. And that means we're not gonna expect anything less. So they know, in the practice, Coach Massey gonna run us. So they know Coach is gonna be upset if we don't do this, this, and that. So we try to make sure as a staff, we try to make sure as our older players, they help lead for us. So it takes some of the weight of worrying about, oh man, this kid's not ready, he's not having a good week of practice, et cetera, et cetera. The players gotta help us with that because they understand now what's required of them. So that helps.
Like to piggyback off, he said, you know, it's always great playing at Bowman Gray. You know, hometown, home crowd. We love it. It's a night game as well, so under the lights, I feel like it's gonna be a very, great turnout crowd-wise. So it's always great playing at Bowman Gray. We always gotta protect home, like he said. It starts now because the next game is the important game, so it starts now.
He said protect home. I mean, we at the crib. Can't lose at the crib. Like Coach Mack always say too, even kill though. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Respect all appointment, but like you said, for all. I forgot Coach said.
Respect all, fear none.
Respect all for none, but we come to play and we're gonna put our foot on.
For the guys, I know last week was different because not only were you away from home, but you're also no band. It was kind of a different atmosphere. Did that kind of make you appreciate Bowman Gray a little bit more? And what was it like? You know, usually you guys are a little bit of ways away from the fans. Having them so up close and hearing the commentary, the cheers, all of that stuff. What was it like for you all?
Like McCorkle was saying, we just try to stay even keel, not listen to the crowd. But, not having a band, of course the band does. I mean, to me, it turns me up on the sideline a little bit while I'm out there playing because, it's the Red Sea sound. Ain't nobody get better than the Red Sea sound. So, but like I said, stay even keel. I feel like there was a lot of distraction that they tried to throw our way before the game. But like Coach said, before the game, they tried to take away a lot of stuff from us. So, that should have put a chip on our shoulder to get out of even more.
Oh yeah, going from Alabama to Mars Hill, it was a big atmosphere change. But yeah, I thought we battled through adversity good. It was a little cold that night, but we were still good. But yeah, it's good to be at home though.
Any more questions?
Yeah, one more question. Apologize, Coach, for coming in about a second too late before you started. But now that you're on Lincoln, I happen to have been in attendance at that Lincoln game. And would the coaching staff go in a revengeful mode in terms of a team that we were supposed to have beaten probably by 20 or 30? And of course, we look up at halftime and we trying to figure out how the hell we're gonna get out of here. And it just didn't happen. Now, I say that because now the coaching staff, I'm not talking about the players.
Right.
No players are as good as the coaching staff might motivate them to be.
Right.
This has to be a revengeful game. I know head coaches don't like to look at it like that. but I've been around for a few head coaches would say, if we don't get the hell out of here today in Bowman Gray, ain't nobody going home. Nobody. And you already at home. So that's what I mean by a revengeful game. I want to know your mindset on
Well,
it.
Rose, you done told them my speech before the game. But anyway. But yeah, you know, listen, you know, I don't know if revenge is the right word, but it definitely comes across your mind as a coach.
No coach like to use revenge.
Right, so you
But
want to
it's
make
their
sure,
coach.
you want to make sure the guys understand the importance of this game. And
Yes.
again, the implication, one, we'll move up 2-1. And then also the fact that, you know, we lost to these guys, in our opinion, 2 seasons ago, we felt we should have. But again, you know, that dynamic has changed. You know, they've moved on, we've moved on. I think we've gotten a little better. They're still a team that's on the rise themselves. So we won't take them lightly, and we understand it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think McCorkle said something that I definitely agree with it. We got to keep our foot on their neck. And I hate to say that publicly, but that's the thought process. We can't let off the throttle in terms of the direction we're going right now. Now, again, they're just the next opponent on our schedule. And they all happen to be an opponent that we lost to 2 seasons ago. So yes, we do feel this is a game we have to win. We must win. That's because it's that next game.
Now, the 2 teams that they lost to, what we do have to keep in mind, Coach, I know you don't like to look at statistics. I know you a little bit. You can forget about the statistics.
Yes.
Because the 2 teams that they played, they probably should not have even scored against these teams.
And they scored against both of them.
And they scored 2 times against one of them that I didn't anticipate
Duquesne.
them doing.
Well, let me say this. They got kids that are on scholarship too. They're not a bad football team. Yeah, and I mentioned this last night on the radio station. That was a money game for them against Duquesne. So, you know, you have to do that in this business, unfortunately. But again, been knowing Coach for some years, pretty good defensive minded guy. Has done a good job up there in the time that he's been at the helm. And it's a process. You know, everybody wants to win right now, but, you know, and this might be a bad analogy, but like Jordan didn't walk into the NBA winning. Tom Brady didn't walk in winning, he wasn't even a starter. So again, you have to understand that. It's a process, and they have their process, we have ours. So, you know, with that being said, you know, when they come back to playing against people they're more familiar with, meaning conference, they're gonna play us a little tougher. I've said this a million times, and you guys know this better than I do. John, you've been around here, like you said, 25 years. You've been here, Steve. We get everybody's best shot. Make no mistake about it.
Every game.
We get everybody's best shot. So we know that. So we have to prepare for that. And you'll get that Saturday come 6 o'clock from Lincoln, and we expect it. So what we got to do is be prepared to give them our best shot. And if we do that, we'll be fine.
Final thoughts, Coach Massey?
Well, 6 p.m., right?
6 p.m.
Yeah.
And it's employee appreciation, as well as Winston-Salem, Forsyth County staff, you know, those guys getting free with ID, right? So we welcome you guys. Hope you guys come out and enjoy the game. We're glad to be home. You know, the last 2 was, well, the first one was definitely lengthy, so we thank God for the safety travel in that aspect. But, hey man, it's football season, and we're home. So let's enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
AD Etienne Thomas, we are here for the start of this is season number 5 for you as AD football.
Yeah, but not football the whole time because of the pandemic.
Right. So, yeah, first game of the season. Well,
First
home game of the season. We'll start with there. Obviously, you know, big. You know, last year I think you guys led the CIAA and I believe the state of North Carolina in Division II in attendance. So, just talk about that and the excitement of you know, game number 1.
Now, Gaither, always appreciate the opportunity to engage, and I love how the Rams show up, home or away, but the way we show up at Bowman Gray Stadium is second to none, and it is phenomenal, and our students can feel it, and they feed off of it, and so our crowd is family, it's Ramily, it's the students, it's the community, and this weekend we're so excited to celebrate our faculty and staff with Faculty Staff Appreciation. It's also our Adobe title game, and thankful for the partnership there. We're going to have a Ram come back into the stadium this weekend representing both Adobe and being a former student athlete. And then we're also going to celebrate some of our local heroes. our Winston-Salem Forsyth County School teachers. We have some education majors as student athletes, and it was so great for them to say, hey, you know what, we want to partner and celebrate and invite them to the game. And so in partnership together, they've been invited to the game. We hope they'll show up with their IDs, understanding what the dynamics are right now. Just wanted to say thank you. We started out as a teacher's college, and we never forget our roots, and excited to still have some student athletes that are education majors and want to pour into our future.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point about our history as a teacher's college. So definitely, as soon as you guys announced it, I thought that made a lot of sense. Yeah, what are your expectations? What are your expectations, and what can fans expect? I know it's a night game, so we got the new light show.
Look, somebody said April Reed and can play with some lights. Look, I don't know what she has got up her sleeve. It's going to be awesome. So if anybody came to the class or saw the lights, we have access to those lights, and people kept asking about it. It's going to be a great evening with a great light show. So looking forward to it. It will be a night game. What better way to kick off our home campaign than to be under the lights? Go from Friday night lights to Saturday lights. It's going to be awesome. So really looking forward to it. But the fans can expect a lot of hype. The team is coming off this win. It's going to be exciting. Red Sea of Sound will be in the house. Of course, the powerhouse of red and white will be here. Chancellor Benita Brown will be in the house. So really looking forward to a great time. But of course, we can't do it without our fans showing up. And really, our fans that lead from the front in terms of our students, that's our Royal Court, our SGA. Thankful for them and their support.
All right, so they got really quiet. Thank you. So that's a great point. So you guys have 4 home games this year, and you also guys did something different with homecoming. Obviously, there's a lot of changes and everything like that. So you guys are having an all-in-one ticket, right?
Correct.
If you buy in advance, explain that for everyone who.
Because we're a walk-up crowd, and we get that. But if you buy in advance, you'll get your homecoming tailgate space, and you'll get a free ticket to the game. So now, if you weren't planning on coming into the game, which I hope everybody is, give that ticket away. But if you buy your space in advance, you won't have to worry about trying to secure it. You won't have to worry about getting here and they're sold out, because you will secure your space in advance. You can still be part of the walk-up crowd. Just walk up to the gate and come on in. But we hope that people will take advantage of that opportunity. Our tickets went on sale themselves when the website opened for the university. So we were so excited to be able to put those single game tickets on sale for homecoming. So you've been able to secure them for a while. There's still plenty of time left. We need to pack out Bowman Gray Stadium.
Awesome. And then lastly, we started the season in Alabama, the Red Tails Classic. I went down there. There was a lot of red in there mixed in with that maroon. I think there was 15,000 for the game, which outdrew a lot of the bigger HBCUs for that first week. Just talk about what it was like to have that support, and even last week in Mars Hill, you guys had a band of supporters that were there as well.
Absolutely. Alabama was amazing to see Rams come from all over the country, because Rams that we don't necessarily see here until homecoming, they showed up down there in Alabama, and you could definitely see it. I would tell you that we matched Tuskegee person for person in terms of our alumni presence, and I think the Rams had a great time. At the hotel the night before, it was on fire and amazing. We had a great time socializing, doing some line dancing, and really just connecting. It's always great when we have those certain times of the year when we can connect home and away, and so appreciate how the Rams show up. And I was telling a couple of our Hall of Famers standing on the sideline in Mars Hill is that we had some years where maybe we looked at the scoreboard and it wasn't like Mars Hill win, and I looked in the stands and our Ram faithful were there. And this time to see the parents and the Ram faithful along with Rams that maybe are new to showing up on the road, thanks to our good friends with Hoops and Dr. Arnita Miles really partnering and leading the way with that bus that comes, and then Reggie McCaskill with our NAA. They've been making sure buses are on the road and that our Rams have access. So we love it. So Rams, if you're looking to support us away on the road, there's a bus coming near you. Somebody will pick you up along the way, but we absolutely need you to be here, just like you were on the road in Alabama, you were in Mars Hill. We need you here at home. We've got some great games with Lincoln, Virginia State, Virginia Union, and we're going to have homecoming with Livingstone, so we definitely need you here at Bowman Gray Stadium this year.
Awesome. Now, she's not going to say this, but I'm going to say this. Look, it's a school on Beatty's Ford Road in Charlotte that has a game, and I know that they have not sold that thing out. Buy them tickets. It needs to be more red in there. This is PSA. This is the views of Stephen J. Gaither are not the views of WSSU Athletics or Winston-Salem State University. Thank you so much, AD. I appreciate you for your time.